weren't able to have the JBBC at Wiley Gunther's. We had it through Zoom, pretty much because we were too cold and too lazy. I was going to make Tim go anyway, even though I guess it would have been him by himself. But whatever. I think from now on we're going to do it in the weekend sometime, Friday through Sunday at some point in the future. So I do these posts. If you don't know, I do these posts because I want those who weren't able to come out to be able to still experience what we talked about. So that's why I do these. And here we go, people.
Feeling weak at the club one night. Girl, they're coming in looking all fine. She beat me up like a piece of rip rhyme. Yeah, I finally end up talking to her. I'm thinking to myself, what could it hurt? I'm in a trance, feel just like I'm under Bondo.
Yes. So we've got bacon right here. Little double D's, little Dunkin' Donut action. Surprisingly really good bacon from Dunkin' Donuts. Peppery, a bit peppery. Raining down, but good stuff. We've got, it's really, I was going to have a picture of the Dunkin' Donuts bacon, but it's just like a clump of bacon. So I don't know if that would be all that aesthetically pleasing. We also have booze. Normally it's Jesus Bacon beer in community, but it's booze this time, people, as I put a little bit of that bullet bourbon up in my coffee. And with that pepper from the bacon, man, it had a kick. So there's that. Again, a little bit of heartburn, people. A little bit of heartburn. But it's all good. I was able to work that out. You know what I'm saying? Get a little water, a little prayer, and Black Jesus was able to help me out. I was good to go. But here's what we talked about. Okay. So why am I here? Oh, there's some talk. Right. JBBC. And let me get some stuff. There's some talk that we had with the JBBC over the fight this weekend, tonight. It's tonight where I'm at. You might be watching this in the future, but tonight there's a fight. And there's some talk about it. And I'll be real quick. It was over Sean Strickland and Duplessis. Sean Strickland, people were saying, well, he's a jerk. And he said a lot of homophobic things, a lot of transphobic things, and so on and so forth. You can look into that yourself. And people are calling for accountability, right? At least people in my realm. But I'm a fight fan as well. So I have different sensibilities, right? And Strickland is a jerk. He is, and that's putting it mildly, all right? He's a lot of other words that I'm not going to use right now. But we can say bigot. We'll just say bigot. He is all those things. It's also, his story is also an inspirational one. He can be an inspirational bigot. It's fine. He's a real piece of shit. We'll just go with that. But Duplessis, not much better. If you're going by what they've said, right? And I'm not taking the time to get into it. If you go by what Strickland said, you can say he's a piece of shit, right? A POS, if you will. But if you go by what Duplessis has said to Strickland, maybe the same thing, right? So I think that they should battle for the POS belt. Who can be the biggest piece of shit? That's what I think. That's me, people. The BMF, right? This would be the POS. Maybe. That's an idea for Dana. As far as the accountability thing goes, I think it's silly to expect Dana to do anything about that. It's about money, man. I believe the gate for the fight in Canada is fight tonight is like set a record, I believe. I can be wrong about that, but it's a lot of people, is my point. And a lot of money. And it's all about money. And people will bring up, well, in any other sport, Strickland would have been reprimanded. Yeah, but it's about money as well. Like NFL, for example, when they bring down the law on people in the NFL, it's about their brand. NFL brands itself kind of like a family business, even though it's not, if you look at what they're doing on the field. But that's how they're branded, and so their sponsors are in line with that, and so they have to be punished when they go against something that's family-oriented. Same with a lot of those other sports you're talking about. And there's people who are saying, well, ESPN, which is a partner with the UFC, that the ESPN should step in. But again, it's about money, right? Obviously, the fans are watching the fight, right? So UFC isn't losing any money. UFC, Dana would actually lose money if he punished Strickland. It's about money. It's not about morality. And I think if you don't understand that, then you might be a little bit naive. A little bit. As far as the fans, people were saying of the fans, that how can the fans stand for this? And so people will say, well, oversimplify and say, well, the fans must be pieces of shit themselves. Not so. Some of them, sure. But there's other fans who, like myself, will be like, all right, he shouldn't have said that. But, I'm here to see a good fight. Right? Same with Colby. A lot of fans rejected what Colby Covington said. That you can look that up on your own as well. A lot of fans rejected that, but they still watched the fight. So it depends on why you're there. If you're a fight fan, you're putting all the other stuff aside to watch the fight. Just like if you're an NFL fan, you'll put things aside to focus on football because you love football. Right? So that's what I'm talking about, people. I think the last thing we talked about at JBBC was Ecclesiastes. This is the Jesus part here. Ecclesiastes 7, and this has to do with everything. 7:16 through 18. Right? Do not be over righteous, nor be over wise. Why destroy yourself? Do not be overly wicked, and do not be a fool. Why die before your time? It is good to grasp the one and not let go of the other. The man or woman who fears God will avoid all extremes. And I can get into that, but I'm not taking the time. You can get into that on yourself. All that to say, enjoy the fight, right? Enjoy the fight or don't enjoy the fight. Not everything has to be so serious, right? Enjoy the fight. That's what I'm going to do. It should be a good one. Peace.